Welcome back to the fatigue and energy usage videos. This is session 2. How did you find the first video? Did you have a go at the activity diaries? Firstly, let's take a look at the push and crash cycle. The push and crash cycle starts with overexertion, which leads to increased symptoms. The increased symptoms will lead to the person having to take long periods of rest. This will eventually reduce the symptoms. Push and crash leads to feeling like things are not controllable. It can be very discouraging. It is a frustrating loop, swinging between overactivity and forced rest. To avoid the cycle of push and crash, you can use pacing strategies. Using the activity diary is a great way of seeing any patterns of the push and crash cycle. Many people suffering from fatigue find themselves in a boom and bust cycle, having peaks and troughs of energy throughout the day. We encourage you to follow the natural wave of your energy. Finding a baseline is not straightforward and will be different for everyone. Start to think about the 5 P's from the previous video. Plan, prioritize, pace, permission, and pleasure. These will help manage and find the baseline. Setting a baseline. Find a low level of activity, which can be physical or cognitive, that you can manage daily. This is your baseline. Keep your activities at your plan level to avoid being tempted to do more on a good day. Do an activity or task every day. This will establish a routine. Your baseline is a level of activity that is sustainable even when you are experiencing fluctuating levels of energy. Overactivity or excessive rest will be different for each person. It may be helpful to alternate small, flexible amounts of physical and cognitive activities with a longer period of rest or relaxation in between. What do you think an activity is? Please pause the video for a few minutes and think about what an activity is. Here are the components of activity: physical, cognitive, social, emotional. Activity is not just physical. All of these components will affect levels of energy, positively and negatively. We now have an activity. Let's go shopping. Please write down all the steps that are required to go shopping, starting with before you leave the house. Please make sure you include physical, cognitive, social, and emotional components. Remember, when going shopping, you don't just arrive at the shop. You will start by deciding what shop you will be going to and what you will need to buy. Do you need to write a list? Where is the pen and paper? The frustration when you cannot find the pen, etc. Please pause the video and write down all the required steps, then press play when you have finished. How did you find the activity? As you can see, when tasks are broken down, the stages are endless, and they highlight why a simple everyday task can cause a crash with someone suffering from fatigue. You can moderate your activities and energy usage by using the 4 Ds. These are: do it now, delay, delegate, and dump. Do it now. This is important and urgent activities. The deadline or task is essential. Sometimes when things are playing on our minds, we can procrastinate and use up energy worrying. Therefore, it may be better to just get it done and finished. In this case, factor in rest and recovery before and afterward. Delay. This is important but not urgent activities. Does the activity have to be done immediately, or can it be spread out over time? Delegate. This is not important but urgent activities. Can you ask someone else to complete the task? Dump. This is not important or urgent activities. If it is not imperative right now, and does it hold any value, is it better to dump it in the bin? This is not just physical activities, It includes cognitive, social, and emotional. Thank you for watching the fatigue and energy usage second video. Before watching the third video, have a go at using the 4 Ds. Goodbye.